I'm about a week away from a Mid-War Flames of War tournament here, and I'm struggling to get my British list up and painted in time. It's my own fault. I had plenty of time, but of course I put it off, and now my lads might have to go over the top unfinished. But I thought I'd procrastinate some more and go through my list. Choosing mid-war Brits is hard now, since Germans have Tiger and Ferdinand and the Soviets have T-34s and KVs. The British Desert and Tunisian lists start to look a bit threadbare by comparison. I did make up some comedy lists like this one. It was an M3 Honey armoured squadron. It had 9 Honeys in the main force, a 3-tank HQ and 2 3-tank troops. In support I had 4 25-pounders, 4 17-25-pounders for high AT work, 3 Crusaders, 3 Valentines and a 7 Bren team rifle platoon. Silly and ahistorical but legal, and I had the models for it. I would have swarmed all over the table, but I just couldn't bring myself to take it. Instead, this is what I came up with. It's a 75-point list from Armoured Fist. The main formation is a rifle company with a 2 SMLE team HQ, a 7 Bren team rifle platoon, and a 5 Bren team rifle platoon. Each platoon has a 2-inch mortar and a boys anti-tank rifle team. I already had 1 metal platoon painted from a previous tournament. These ones are plastic infantry from the motor platoon blister. These were the first soft plastic infantry by Battlefront, and they aren't great. And painting all the damn knees is a problem. It's like the Boy Scouts went to war. The formation also has 4 3-inch mortars, 4 6-pounder anti-tank guns, 2 Vickers medium machine gun teams, and a recon platoon of 3 universal carriers. Some of these will be figures dragooned in from my late war British. I've taken the mortars because I couldn't fit the 25-pounders into 75 points without really limiting the rest of my force. I've never used mortars before, so I hope they can suppress infantry and drop smoke when I need it. The main AT defence in the force is the 6-pounders. I like to dig them in behind infantry on an objective to help hold the line. The Vickers machine guns are also designed to stiffen up the infantry defence, but with just 2 teams it's more fragile than I'd like. The universal carriers will give me spearhead if I need it. Plus they can scoot around and threaten objectives if they move fast and stick to cover. I didn't have points for additional guns or boys anti-tank rifles here, but against the lists I think I'll be facing there wouldn't be a lot of use anyway. These units are all organic parts of the rifle company formation, so that should make them hard to break. Let's look at my support options. I have a Sherman armoured troop with 3 Sherman M4A1 75mm tanks. While no match for KVs or other heavy armour, they have an OK gun for mid-war. Certainly the most powerful option the British have available. I'm painting up some Battlefront Shermans to replace my old PSC ones. These are nice kits, but I'm having trouble with the colours. I painted them Vallejo Dark Sand, which is OK for Portland Stone, but most Shermans were Desert Pink. I've gone back to my old Humbrol enamels and used matte 94 brown yellow. It still isn't perfect, but it'll have to do. I also have a 3-tank Honey armoured troop. These were cheap, and I plan to use their mobility to threaten the enemy rear and tidy up armoured cars or half-tracks. These are only base-coated at the moment. In British service they were painted in Portland Stone, which Dark Sand is a reasonable match for. It's really too yellow, but I'll try and modulate that with washes and dry brushing with Stone Grey. So that's my 75-point list. I really miss the Piat option which I used to have with British lists from Italy. I know there's a card for it, but the points cost is atrocious. It was 2 points per boys AT rifle to replace them with Piats. It was also a squeeze to get 3 Shermans, since these costed out at 27 points for the 3 tanks. I don't have any anti-air, but I just didn't have the room to include anything useful here. I'll just have to take my chances. My list doesn't really have anything to deal with Tigers or other heavies available to other nations in this period. I struggled with this, but came to the conclusion unless I could flank them and get lucky, I just needed to smoke them or ignore them, and pummel everything else and just take the hits as they come. My best chance is to break the opponent's morale. When the force runs, the Tigers run too, and version 4 games are mostly decided by morale in my limited experience so far. So wish me luck. This is the first Flames of War V4 tournament in a while. The Flames scene died here over the last couple of years. We've been playing Team Yankee. but it'll be interesting to give my list a try. I'll let you know how I get on. I don't usually do well on the table, but winning isn't everything. If I get my painting finished instead of making this video, at least they can look pretty as they burn.